Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about email to case. So, what is email to case? Well, email to case is a feature in Salesforce that allows cases to be automatically created from any emails that are sent to a designated email address. So you've probably encountered this in your day-to-day life, where you've sent an email to techsupport@dell.com or techsupport@samsung.com, and a case has automatically been created and is ready to work with. That's exactly how email to case works. Now, there's two versions of email to case. You have email to case and on-demand email to case. So let's dive into Salesforce and let's have a look. So here we are in Salesforce, and we're just going to head to the setup menu. And in the quick find bar on the left-hand side, we're going to type in email to case. And once we open it up, we're going to get given our little introductory page, which you can read through. And again, I'd recommend that you read through. We'll hit continue, and we're now welcome to our page to actually set up email to case. So the most important part of this is to understand the difference between on-demand email to case and email to case. So with email to case, you have to download and install email to case software. You can have larger attachments, so over 25 megabytes, and there is a limit to the number of daily emails that can be processed. On the flip side, on-demand email to case, there's no need to install any software. It's better for smaller attachments, and there's a limit of up to 25 megabytes, and it can actually process a higher amount of daily emails. So as you can see, they're the main differences between them. So let's have a look at this screen. And a couple of important things you need to see here is that after you enable email to case, you can't disable it. However, you can disable the on-demand service. So just be aware of that. You would click edit, and then you would check the enable email to case. You can then set whether to notify case owners on new emails. You can enable HTML emails, set case source to email, and save email to case attachments as Salesforce files. You can also insert the thread in the email subject and insert the thread in the email body, and you can place user signatures before email threads. So this is important because it allows you to track the correspondence to and from the case and the emails. And then again, you've got the check here where we can just enable on-demand service. The next thing that you need to look at is the routing address. And this is just what email address you're actually going to use as your email to case email address. And you can actually create multiple routing addresses. So it gives you that ability to have, say, an email address for tech support, an email address for customer service inquiries, an email address for billing inquiries. You get that facility to function like that within Salesforce. So here's our business use case. DaveJMassey.com is an international coaching and consulting company. They'd like to provide clients with a dedicated email address that they can send any technical issues to. The email address, davemasseytest@gmail.com, has already been configured and should be used as the email address to raise technical issues. Now, obviously, you'd have a more appropriate email address than that, but I just want to be able to show you how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to head into Salesforce again. We're going to click edit, so we're already on the email to case settings. We're going to enable email to case, and we're just going to leave everything else as default. And then we're going to enable the on-demand service, so we don't have to actually download and install any software. And we'll hit save. Now, the next thing that we need to do is to actually configure the email address that we're going to use. So we'll hit new. And for the routing name, we're just going to call this as technical support. And the email address is davemasseytest@gmail.com. And we're going to leave everything as it is there. You can automatically create a task from an email, and you can set the case owner. So you can set it either as a user or as a queue. So we'll assign this to the escalated cases queue. We can set the case priority, which we'll set as high, and we can also specify the case origin, which we'll set as email. And we'll just hit save, and we'll hit OK. And now what's going to happen is that email address is going to get an email just to verify that it's the correct one. So to verify that you want to use this as technical support. So we'll head into Gmail now and just open that email address up. So here we are in our email, and we're just going to open this up, which is the email we got through. We'll confirm the routing address, and we'll just hit continue, and that's now just going to take us back to Salesforce. But what we'll do is we'll just close all that out, And we're just going to refresh our page, and we should have that now as good to go. Now, something that's really important here is that you actually have to forward the emails on. So as you can see, you need to configure your email system to forward any messages received at davemasseytest@gmail.com to the email services address, which is this here. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to send an email directly to that email address. So I'm just copying it. I'm just going to go back into my Gmail account, and from here, we're going to send an email. So we'll send it to the email address that we've put as. So this is the email address that it's saying to forward it to. So just imagine any emails that come into this email address are going to be forwarded there. For the subject, we're going to put in test email to case. And then we'll just put in here test email to case. And we'll hit send. So that's now going to send that message, that email. And if we head back into Salesforce and we go to cases, and we go across to escalated cases, you'll see that we actually have our email. So this is the email that we've just sent in just to generate an email to case. So you can see the subject has taken it from the subject line, and the description has been pulled from the description line as well. We can see that the email address that it's come from is there, and the web name, that's the name that's associated to this email address, is there as well. So let's head back to our presentation and just close out email to case. So these are the key things that you need to know about email to case. You have two versions, which is email to case and on-demand email to case. For email to case, you have to download and install the email to case software. It can handle a larger size attachment, so over 25 megabytes, and there's a limit to the number of daily emails that can be processed. It's also worth noting that this has to be set behind your firewall as well, so it offers higher security. On-demand email to case, on the other hand, doesn't require any installation of any software. It handles smaller email attachments, so they have to be under 25 megabytes, and it can deal with a higher amount of daily emails to process. So hopefully that's been a useful video for you, and we'll move on to the next subject.